Welcome back. All right, 10-game review tonight for all you fine people on the internet. The second to last Thursday of the regular season. In fact, a week from tonight, the regular season ends. And it ends earlier, too. The last game starts at 6:30 that night. 6:30 my time, 9:30 Eastern. So kind of happy about that. There's only, I think, 2 more 7:30 games left in the season, so let's go. All right, first up, Chicago and Boston. So it's Soderblom versus Swayman. Early press by Chicago. Del Mastro has a net drive chance that's saved. We get a power play for the Hawks. That's killed off. Shots are actually 3 apiece at 6 minutes. The Hawks press at 7 minutes, but at 10:39 on a turnover, Pastrnak finishes it off. Deflects in off of him anyways. Lindholm and Geekie with the assists. It's 1-0 Boston. Bruins press with 7 minutes left, but the shots are 8-5 Chicago with 5.5 minutes left. With 3:31 left, Boston gets a power play. That's killed off. The Hawks rush after it's done, but it's 1-0 Boston after 1. Second period, the Bruins press at 1.5 minutes. Shots are only 1 apiece, 6 minutes into the period. We then have a near miss for Mittelstadt, and then at 7:55, Nick Foligno, former Bruin, wires one on a fast break to tie the game at 1. Bruins press to respond. There's a chest save on Donato. Puck's cleared out. We get a power play for the Hawks. That becomes 4-on-4. The Bruins press during the 4-on-4. Everything gets killed off there. The Bruins press with 5 minutes left. There's a toe save on a Geekie one-timer. Teravainen fires one wide as the Hawks press. It's 1-1 after 2. Third period. Veleno has a net drive chance that's blocked. Koepke has a one that's tipped wide on a rush. And then at 3:14, Donato makes it 2-1 for the Hawks. Kurashev and Rinzel with the assists. Boston looks to respond, but at 4:23, Bertuzzi with a wrister from the slot makes it 3-1. And then at 4:47, so 24 seconds later, Kevin Korchinski gets his first of the season. Bedard and Moore with the assists. So all of a sudden, it's 4-1 for Chicago. This is in Boston. The Bruins press at 6 minutes. There's more pressure by the Bruins at 8.5 minutes. And at 11:08, on a turnover, it is Geekie finishing it off with his 31st of the season. Pastrnak with the assist. Pasternak's up to 102 points. The Bruins would press for another. There's more pressure by Boston with 5 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 2:35 left. With 39.2 seconds left, it becomes a Boston power play at 6-on-4. And at 19:33, Foligno hits the empty net with the shorthanded goal from Vlasic. So Chicago wins 5-2 in Boston. They go to 23-46-10 with the win. With the loss, Boston 32-39-9 on the season. 3 stars are Soderblom, Pastrnak, and Geekie. I don't agree with 2 Bruins being in the 3 stars. Just going to say that straight out. Shots on net, 11-10 Chicago in the first, 12-6 Boston in the second, 11-4 Boston in the third. They do outshoot Chicago, 33-21. Power plays, 0-2 for Chicago, 0-3 for Boston. The hits, 32-21 for Boston. Soderblom saves 31 out of 33. Swayman, rough night for Swayman, 16 saves on 20 shots. I think he's going to be glad when the season's over. All right, next up, Detroit and Florida. So Talbot versus Bobrovsky. Lustarinen's denied in close. The Panthers press at 2 minutes. The shots are 2 apiece 4 minutes in. And at 6:13, on a nice pass from behind the net, DeBrincat scores. Larkin and Sherratt with the assist. So it's 1-0 in favor of Detroit. Then there's some good forechecking by the Panthers, because I have to write that in every Panthers game. Can't wait to be writing that during the playoffs as well. And it's not like it's not earned every game. It absolutely is. The Panthers press at 9.5 minutes. Jones has a screenshot that's held. And ever since it became 1-0 in this game, the Panthers basically take control. We get a power play for Detroit. That's killed off. Kane has a breakaway chance that's held in the final seconds. It's 1-0 Detroit after 1. Second period, there's an early press by Florida. They end up drawing a power play. And at 2:58, Rodriguez scores on that power play from Schmidt and Forsling. 5.5 minutes in, the shots are 4-2 for the Panthers. There's a near miss for Boquist and close. Mott has a rush chance that's defended. Casper has a backhand that's held. The Wings press at 8 minutes, but at 8:46, it's Samoskevich giving Florida the lead at 2-1. The assist to Forsling and Balinskis. Raymond then has a rush chance that's defended. The Wings press with 4.5 minutes left. But then at 16:21, Marchand gets his first goal as a Panther. He roofs this one on a net drive. Balinskis and Lusterinen with the assists. It still doesn't look or feel right. But it's 3-1 for Florida. The Wings look to respond. Rasmussen has a net drive that's saved, but it remains 3-1 for the Panthers after 2. Third period, early jump for the Panthers. Florida presses at 1.5 minutes. The Wings block. They finally clear it. The shots are 3 apiece at 5 minutes. The teams trade rushes. The Panthers press with 8 minutes left, and at 14:03, Barkov deflects in a point shot. Jones and Reinhart with the assists. Makes the game 4-1. Things get punchy in front of the Wings bench. A lot of frustration, I think, for Detroit, but they lose this one 4-1 to Florida. Florida goes to 46-29-4 with the win. With the loss, Detroit 36-35-7, and their playoff dreams have been dashed. 3 stars, Marchand, Balinskis, and Semiskevich. The shots on net, 10-6 Florida in the first, 12 apiece in the second, 9-5 Florida in the third. Final shots, 31-23 for the Panthers. Power plays, Detroit 0 for 2, Florida 1 for 1. The hits, 33-16 for the Panthers. Talbot saves 27 out of 31. Bobrovsky, 22 saves on 23 shots. By the time Montreal takes the ice, all they're going to need to do is win a game, and they eliminate a bunch of teams. So, yeah, they're in a pretty good spot right now. All right, next up, Buffalo and Columbus. Reimer versus Greaves, the red-hot Buffalo Sabres coming into this one. Sabres press at 2 minutes. In fact, 2.5 minutes in. The shots are 4-1 for Buffalo. Jenner has a rush chance that saved. Sillinger has a net drive that saved as well. The teams trade turnovers. Things get pushy on a hole by Reimer. And then at 11:54, Peterka wires one far side on a rush. The assist to McLeod and Dahlin. And then at 14:39, Dahlin goes far corner from the slot. He scores from Benson and Kulik. So it's 2-0 for Buffalo. Columbus presses with 4 minutes left, and at 19:51, James Van Riemsdyk on a breakaway goes 5-hole on Reimer. That's from Kent Johnson and Werenski. So after the first period, it's 2-1 Buffalo. Second period, 3 minutes in, Columbus has the only shot on net. The Blue Jackets press at 3.5 minutes. Sabres press at 4.5 minutes. 6.5 minutes in, the shots are 3-2 for Columbus. Very evenly played period to this point. Byram then has a rush chance that's held. The Sabres press with 9.5 minutes left. Zucker has a wrister that's caught and held, and Greaves was busy the rest of the way. Benson has a net drive chance that's saved. Byram breaks up a 2-on-1 rush for Columbus. Sabres press with 5.5 minutes left. McLeod has a wrister that's held. Columbus presses in the final minute. It stays 2-1 Buffalo after 2. Third period, the Sabres press at 2.5 minutes, but at 4 minutes, Aston Reese scores from Goodbranson. So now we have a 2-2 tie. This is where all those saves for Greaves in the second period come in handy. Columbus looks for the lead. In fact, we get a power play for Columbus, and they score on it. At 6:42, Jenner buries his own rebound at the net. Marchenko and Monahan with the assists. It's 3-2 in favor of the Blue Jackets. Sabres press at the half. There's a delay game call. Gives the Sabres the power play. That's killed off. Krebs to Lafferty. Near miss at the Columbus net. Goalie pull happens with 1 minute and 55 seconds left. Sabres call a timeout with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Monahan has an empty net chance that's blocked, but Buffalo's unable to tie this one. It's a 3-2 win for Columbus. They go to 36-33-9 with the win. With the loss, Buffalo 35-37-6. So Columbus still mathematically alive in the chase for a playoff spot. 3 stars, Greaves, Jenner, and Dahlin. Shots on net, 12-8 Columbus in the first, 18-7 Buffalo in the second, 15-11 Buffalo in the third. The Sabres outshoot Columbus 41-30 in this one. Power plays, Buffalo did not score on the one power play they had. Columbus scored on the one power play they had. The hits 25-15 Columbus. Reimer 27 saves on 30 shots. Greaves 39 saves on 41 shots. Might have been his best game of his career thus far. All right, next up. Carolina and Washington. It was not as punchy as I'd expected it to be, but there was definitely some dislike in this one. Anderson versus Lindgren. They had a nice ceremony for Ovechkin's 895th goal before this game. Early press by Carolina. Roslovic has a net feed that's picked off. Eller's denied on a fast break. We get a power play for Carolina. Things are pushy on a hole by Lindgren. That power play's killed off. However, just after it comes to an end, Carolina does score. Stankoven buries one, Svechnikov, and Roslovic with the assists at 5:42. We then had a fight between Chatfield and Duhaime. I think we knew Chatfield was going to be in a fight in this one. Getting kind of ugly, but then at 7:14, this was reviewed and it counts on the review. Blake from Jarvis, so it's kind of just a yard sale at the net. Puck goes in, it counts. Blake from Jarvis, 2-0 Carolina. Canes press at 9 minutes. There's more pressure by Carolina with 5.5 minutes left. With 2:56 left, the Caps go to the power play, and they score on it. At 18:06, Dubois tips one in close. Mangiapane and Sandin with the assists. It's now 2-1 for Carolina. Fans call one. The referee does not. It stays 2-1 after the first. Second period, teams trade turnovers. Wilson with a near miss from the slot. McMichael has a net drive chance. That's blocked. Good forechecking by Washington. Orlov has a rush chance that hits the outside of the net. 3.5 minutes in, the shots are 4-1 Carolina. We then get a power play for Washington, and they score on it. At 10:50, it's Strome bearing a rebound from the inner slot. Ovechkin with the assist. The shots are 8 apiece with 5.5 minutes left. The Caps press with 4.5 minutes left, and then the Canes get some pressure with 3.5 minutes left. At 16:51, Nick Dowd scores. He gets this one from Duhaime and Carlson, and then at 17:29, Wilson buries his own rebound at the net. McMichael with the assist. So all of a sudden, it's a 4-2 lead in favor of the Capitals. The Caps press in the final minute. They're up 4-2 after 2. Had to feel pretty good going into the third. Caps press at a minute and a half into the third. A net feed to Beauvillier gets blocked. Canes press at 4.5 minutes. And a 4:42 Martinook with a point shot past a screen. Burns and Stahl with the assists. It's now 4-3. Caps press at the half. The shots are 6-5 Carolina with 7.5 minutes left. Or with 7 minutes left, I should say. The Canes press with 6.5 minutes left. Ovechkin has an empty net chance that's blocked. And then, at 18:15, on a rush that follows, Jarvis ties the game. The assist to Aho and Burns. It's 4-4. We're going to overtime. In the overtime, there's a pad save on Jarvis. Dubois has a rush chance that's held. The Caps then get a power play. That's killed off. We go to the shootout. In the shootout, Washington does get the win as Pierre-Luc Dubois, or PL Dubois as he's now known, with the shootout winner. 5-4 shootout victory for the Caps. They get to 50 wins. They're now 50-19-9 on the season. With the loss in the shootout, Carolina 46-27-5. Your 3 stars are Ovechkin, Wilson, and Jarvis. Your shots, 15-5 in favor of Carolina in the first, 16-9 Washington in the second, 9-5 Carolina in the third, and 2-1 Capitals in the overtime. Final shots, 34-28 for the Canes. Power plays, Carolina 0-1, Washington 2-3. The hits, 31-12 Washington. Anderson saves 24 out of 28. Lindgren saved 30 out of 34. All right, next up. The Rangers and the Islanders. So there's 3 different magnets for this game, because this game was bonkers. Were the Rangers angry after last night? A little bit. So Shesterkin versus Hogberg, 3:16 into it on a rush. Zibanejad buries one from the right circle. Cooley and JT Miller with the assist there. It's 1-0 Rangers. Cizikas has a rush chance that's held. The shots are 5-2 for the Rangers at 5 minutes. So Islanders kind of pinned down a little bit there. Palmieri is a wrister that's held. Shesterkin with a good start to the game. He's keeping that lead for them at that point. Trocheck has a screenshot that's held. Rangers press at the half, and then at 12:48, Cooley buries a rebound and close to make it 2-0. Zibanejad and JT Miller with the assists. The Rangers then draw a power play, and they score on it. At 13:15, it's Trocheck from Panarin and Fox. The Rangers then press for another. There's a press by the Rangers with a minute and a half left, and at 19:15, Panarin makes it 4-0. He scores that one from Trocheck and Fox. It is 4-0 Rangers after one period of play. Second period. Early jump for the Islanders. In fact, 2 minutes in, the shots are 5-0 for the Islanders. So Igor earned his money tonight. D'Angelo has a net drive chance that's saved. 6.5 minutes in, the shots are 9-1 for the New York Islanders. Rangers press at 7.5 minutes. Rempe can't bury one in close. And then at 8:17, Parsonen buries one on a wraparound. Lafreniere with the assist. It's 5-0. And the insane part is that the Islanders dominated this period, and yet still, the Rangers get that goal, and they're up 5-0. Berard has a wraparound then that's blocked. The Islanders press with 8 minutes left. We get a power play for New York. That's killed off. And by New York, I mean Islanders. This is New York versus New York. Come on, THG. You got to make sure you specify. Cizikas has a shot that's held. There's some pushing with 1:12 left. The Islanders get a power play. And at 19:06, Siplikov breaks the shutout. He gets a goal for the Islanders. Holmstrom and Pelech with the assists. So it's 5-1 after 2. And with the way the defensive things have been with the Rangers lately, you never know. But third period, shots are 4-3 for New York. The Rangers at 3.5 minutes. Cooley has a rush chance that's defended. Fasching has a rush chance that's held. The Islanders press at 7 minutes. And at 7:54, on a rush, it's Berard getting a goal. He scores for the Rangers from Rempe and Carrick. It's a backhand from the slot on a rush. The Islanders press at 9.5 minutes. At 10:52, Hudson Fasching gets his first goal of the season. He gets this one from Cizikas and Engvall, so that makes it a lot to 2. And then at 12:37, Berard makes it a lot and then some more on a 2-on-1 rush. Carrick and Keandre Miller with the assists. Lennox was in the net, and out he comes. So that was it for Lennox. Officially, he does get credit for getting a save, but he goes out and Hogberg goes right back in. So at any rate, that was something that happened. So out goes Lennox. Thanks for coming out. The Rangers press with 5 minutes left, and at 15:54, Lafreniere adds another. Might as well. Fox and Parson with the assist, and since the net's open for business, at 18:51, Panarin finds out business is good, making it 9-2. The assist to Parsonen. So it is a 9-2 victory for the Rangers. They go to 37, 35, and 7 with the loss. The Islanders 34, 33, and 11. So since it's 11 goals, the 80s Magnets on the board. Since it's a 7-goal difference, the No Mercy Magnets on the board. And since this game was bonkers, I figure Shock Llama's got to go on the board. I got to get the Shock Llama into the rotation because come playoff time, I have a feeling I'm going to be using it. So 3 stars are Berard, Panarin, and Cooley. Shots on net, 15-10 Islanders in the first, and yet they trailed 4-0 coming out of that period. 20-7 Islanders in the second. 15-10 Rangers in the first. I got mixed up with which one I'm looking at. Let me start again. Rangers 15-10 in the first, 20-7 for the Islanders in the second, and 16-10 Islanders in the third. The Islanders outshoot the Rangers 46-32. Power plays, the Rangers scored on the only one they had. The Islanders were 1 for 2. The hits 23-14 Islanders. Shesterkin 44 saves on 46 shots. So he was kind of a wall in there. Hogberg was not. 22 saves on 30 shots, and Lennox saved 1 out of 2 in relief. But, of course, with Shesterkin out and Varlamov out, this is the state of the goaltending now with the New York Islanders. It kind of feels like the Rangers got basically eliminated last night by the Flyers. Technically, they're not. And it feels like now, tonight, they've gone, well, we're not going to make it, but we can make sure the Islanders don't get a lot of hope either. So they did that tonight. At any rate, we're going to go to board number 2. And board number 2, the games are mostly same. We'll start with the Jets and the Stars because we go from left to right. Hellebuck versus Ottinger, early press by the Jets. The shots are 4-2 Winnipeg, 4 minutes in. Jets press at 6 minutes. Rantanen into Robertson. That chance gets blocked. Bork misses one wide on a net drive. Barron has a rush chance, that saved. The shots are 10-8 Winnipeg with 5 minutes left. Jets press with 4.5 minutes left. At 18:36, during some more pressure by the Jets, Niederreiter gets the score. He tips one in. Morrissey and Lowry with the assists. It's 1-0 Winnipeg after 1. Second period, the shots are only 1 apiece at 3 minutes. Quiet until at 3:37, Barron. That fourth line was great for the Jets tonight. Barron scores from Tanev and Stanley. It's 2-0 in favor of Winnipeg. So the Stars press at 5.5 minutes. They get more pressure 7 minutes in, but they're having a hard time getting to the net. The Jets blocking the path to the net very well. Jets press at 7.5 minutes. A net feed to Lowry. Near miss there. Bork's denied on a net drive. The Stars press with 4 minutes left. Jets are doing a pretty good job of blocking the path to the net. 21 seconds left. Dallas gets a power play. So it's 2-0 Winnipeg after 2. The power play rolls over into the third. The Jets do finish the kill. Shots are 3-2 Dallas at 3 minutes. The teams trade turnovers. Ehlers is denied from the slot. The Jets press at 5.5 minutes. Morrissey has a wrister. That's held. And at 6 minutes and 20 seconds, Kyle Connor buries one on a breakaway. Scheifele and Iafallo with the assists. It's 3-0. The Jets look for another, and at 8 minutes and 40 seconds they find it. Kyle Connor with another. Anderson, Dolan, and Morrissey with the assists. I don't know if anybody else is going to get 50 goals. I get the feeling that Draisaitl's going to be the only one, but there's some guys in that conversation right now. So that made it 4-0. Ehlers had a fight with Steele. The Jets end up coming out of that with a power play. There's a shorthanded net drive by Johnston. That's blocked. The power play's killed off. The Stars press with 5 minutes left. They tried. But in the end, it's a 4-0 win for Winnipeg. They go to 54, 21, and 4. Now I think they just need a point to clinch first place. For the Stars, 50, 23, and 6, they have to get it together. The Stars have been playing some mediocre hockey for a bit here. So the Tony the Tiger Magnets on the board because the Winnipeg Jets were not mediocre tonight. 3 stars are Hellebuck, Connor, and Morrissey. Shots on net, 14-10 Winnipeg in the first. 7-4 Dallas in the second. 17-8 Winnipeg in the third. The Jets outshoot Dallas 35-25. Both teams go 0-for-1 on the power play. Not very many power plays being given out at this point. Can't wait till the playoffs start, and then there aren't any. And people are going to be mad. The hits 44-27 for Winnipeg. Hellebuck saves all 25 for his 45th career shutout and his 45th win of the season. Ottinger, he is getting close to that record. I don't want to get too far into it because I don't want to jinx him, right? I don't believe I can, but I know others believe I can. Ottinger, 31 saves on 35 shots. He was fine. The rest of the Stars, but I've been talking about that for a while, haven't I? All right, next up. The Vancouver Canucks and the Colorado Avalanche. So the first thing that we can say is that, yes, Nathan MacKinnon was not in the lineup. Lankinen versus Blackwood. The shots are 2-1 for the Canucks at 3 minutes. Totally different energy from the Avalanche without MacKinnon. DeBrusk has a wrister this glove to side. We get a power play for the Canucks. Hughes has a screenshot that's held. Power play's killed off. Canucks press at 7 minutes. Garland has a rush chance. That's blocked. The Canucks go back to the power play. That's killed off as well. Shots are 5-3 Vancouver with 8.5 minutes left. The Avalanche press with 7 minutes left. Taves has a slot shot. That's caught and held. Woods denied from the doorstep. The Avs press in the final minute. It's 0-0 after 1. Second period. Near miss for Kiviranta early. The Avs had the early edge. More pressure by the Avalanche at 2.5 minutes. However, at 4 minutes and 50 seconds, Jake DeBrusk scores. I believe that's his 26th. Kiefer Sherwood with the assist. And the Canucks look for another, and at 7:51, they find one on the rush. Sherwood gets the goal to go with his assist. Joshua and Forbert with the assists. So 2-0 Vancouver in Denver. The Avs press to respond, but the shots are 9-4 Vancouver with 9.5 minutes left. The Canucks press with 7 minutes left. And then at 16:36, Devon Taves scores to make it 2-1. Coyle and Makar with the assists, and then the Avs look to tie it. In fact, with 2:29 left, the Avs go to the power play. There's a shorthanded rush chance by Garland. That save, that power play is killed off. It's 2-1 Vancouver after 2. Third period, the teams trade rushes. Coyle has a net feed. That's held. Kiviranta can't bury one in close. 3.5 minutes in, the shots are 6-1 Colorado. Lankinen was fantastic tonight. Back-to-back icings by the Avs. Logan O'Connor has a wrister that's kicked aside, and then at 6:14, Joshua puts a rebound into an open net. Just, he couldn't miss it from there. Marcus Pettersson and Hronik with the assists. It's 3-1 Vancouver. Canucks look for another. Ratu's denied and close, and then Elias Pettersson, the defenseman, gets into a fight with Logan O'Connor. So good on Pettersson there, and I think he got a lot of respect from his teammates for that. The Avs press at the half. There's more pressure by the Avs with 7 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 2:35 left. And at 18:02, Höglander puts one into the empty net. The assist to Garland and Hronik makes it 4-1. With 1 minute and 11 seconds left, the Avs get a power play, which is a 6-on-4. They don't score. 4-1's your final for the Canucks. They go to 37-29-13 with the win. With the loss, Colorado 48-28-4, and they miss out on an opportunity to get 2 points closer to Dallas. They're not going to catch Dallas, but they could have got closer. 3 stars are Sherwood, Lankinen, and Joshua. Shots on net, 7-6 Colorado in the first, 15-10 Vancouver in the second, 15-9 Colorado in the third. Final shots, 32-30 for the Avalanche. Both teams go 0-for-2 on the power play. The hits, 16-14 Colorado. Lankinen saves 31 out of 32. Blackwood, 26 saves on 29 shots. All right, next up. Nashville and Utah. So Saros versus Vejmelka. Utah presses at 2.5 minutes. Shots are 3 apiece at 4.5 minutes. McBain has a net drive chance that's saved. The teams trade turnovers. The shots are 7-4 for Utah with 5 minutes left. Utah's not giving much of a path to the net for Nashville at this point. Cooley has a rush chance that's held. Utah presses with 2 minutes left. However, there's no score after the first. Second period, Cooley has a net feed that's blocked. Evangelista has a rush chance that's blocked as well. Utah presses. They draw a power play, and that's killed off. And then at 4:49, Bukestad scores from Kerfoot. That one goes off of Saros' mask and into the net. We get a power play for Nashville. That's killed off. Utah presses at the half. Shots are 9-4 for Nashville, though, with 7 minutes left. And then at 13:54, Josh Doan. He scores from McBain and DeSimone. 3:30 left. The Preds get a power play, and they score on it. At 17:21, it's a point shot past the screen by Blankenberg. The assist to Marchessault and O'Reilly. The Preds press to tie the game, but it's 2-1 Utah after 2. Third period, full power play for Nashville to start, and they score on it. In 1:19, it's Forsberg from Shea and Stamkos. Utah looks to respond, but at 3:17, O'Reilly's bearing a rebound. And so, Nashville ahead 3-2 at that point. Bunting with the assist. But at 5:42, Dylan Guenther answers to tie the game. Cooley and Keller with the assists. Shots are 8-7 Utah at 9.5 minutes. Utah presses with 9 minutes left. More pressure by Utah with 4 minutes left, but we go to overtime. In the overtime, Gunther's denied, Saros holds. Shea has a chance that's held. There's some pushing. There's a power play for Utah, but it is not successful. We go to the shootout. In the shootout, it is Philip Forsberg that gets the winner. Nashville steals one in Utah, 4-3 in the shootout. They go to 29-42-8 with the win. With the shootout loss, Utah 36-30-13 on the season. Your 3 stars are Forsberg, Doan, and O'Reilly. Shots on net, 11-5 Utah in the first, 13-11 Nashville in the second, 18-11 Utah in the third. In the overtime, shots 2-1 Nashville. Overall, shots 41-31 for Utah. Power plays, 2 for 3 for Nashville, 0 for 2 for Utah. The hits, 25-18 Nashville. Saros saves 38 out of 41. Vejmelka, 28 saves on 31 shots. All right, next up, Seattle and Vegas. Decord versus Hill. Kolasar has a wrister that's blocked. Vegas presses at 4 minutes. 5 minutes in, the shots are only 2-1 for Vegas. Kind of a quiet start until at 6:58, Barbashev buries one on the rush into an open net. There were initially assists that looked like they were there, and they got taken away. They still haven't come back. So Barbashev puts one into the empty net. Kakko's then denied on a net drive. Shots are 5-4 for the Kraken with 9 minutes left. The Kraken press are kept to the outside. Vegas presses with 5.5 minutes left. Asimont has a rush chance that's saved. It's 1-0 Vegas after 1. Second period, Barbashev has a slot chance that's saved. Evans has a rush chance that's saved as well. Shots are 5-2 for Vegas 4 minutes in. Vegas presses at 5 minutes. Tolvanen has a wrister that's held. Saad has a net drive that's saved. And then at 7:55, William Karlsson goes glove side on a 3-on-2 rush. The assist to Smith and McNabb. So Riley Smith, that chemistry with William Karlsson, coming in really handy for Vegas down the stretch here. It's 2-0 for the Golden Knights. McNabb's then denied. Kraken clear the rebound. Shots are 7-2 for Vegas with 8 minutes left. Theodore has a rush chance that's held. Pearson then has a net feed that gets blocked. And at 17:20, McCann. The initial shot hits the post, and it's kind of a yard sale at the net. McCann ends up getting the goal from Eberle and Larson. So at 17:20 of the second period, it is 2-1 now for Vegas, and that's your score after 2. Third period, early press by the Golden Knights. We get a power play for Seattle. There's a shorthanded rush by Smith, near miss there. That power play's killed off. 2 shots on net during that. Saad to Dorofeev, near miss. The shots are 3-1 for the Kraken 6 minutes in. Seattle goes back to the power play. That's killed off as well. I don't think there was a shot on that one either. Kraken press with 8.5 minutes left. Larson's denied. Vegas rushes after that. Evans has a shot that's blocked as the Kraken are getting some pressure here, trying to tie it up. Vegas presses with 4.5 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 1:57 left. And in the closing seconds, Brandon Montour nearly ties this, but he doesn't. And so Vegas holds on. They win 2-1. The chess magnet's on the board for this because 3 goals or less. 48-22-9 is the record for the Vegas Golden Knights with this one. Seattle 34-40-6 with the loss. 3 stars are Hill, Karlsson, and McNabb. Shots on net, 8 apiece in the first, 10-6 Vegas in the second, 11-7 in favor of Seattle in the third. Both teams had 25 shots. Power plays, Seattle 0 for 2. Vegas didn't have any. The hits, 14-11 Seattle. Decord saved 23 out of 25. Good game for him. Hill just that little bit better at 24 saves on 25 shots. All right, last game of the night. It's Anaheim and LA, the Battle of California here. Well, the Battle of Los Angeles. Well, that very, very small area between LA and Anaheim there. So, Dostal versus Kemper, early power play for the Kings, and they would score on it at 1:24. It's Quinton Byfield. He gets the goal from Kuzmenko and Kempe, and Kuzmenko had himself quite the game tonight. And Kempe, not Kempe, Kempe. Shots are 2 apiece at 4.5 minutes. We get a power play for the Ducks. This is the game that had all the power plays in it. So that's killed off. The Ducks go back, the Ducks go back to the power play. That's killed off as well. So they have back-to-back power plays there. Kings then get their second power play after scoring on their first. That's killed off. Shots are 8-2 for Anaheim with 4.5 minutes left. Kopitar has a rush chance that's caught and held. The teams would trade rushes late. With 39.8 seconds left, the Ducks get their third power play. So it's 1-0 in favor of LA after the first, and most of the period was played during special teams. Second period, the Kings finish the kill, and then at 1 minute and 46 seconds, Gauthier with a one-timer on a rush makes it a 1-1 tie. The assist to Karlsson and Vetrano. Then 2:17, so a little over 31 seconds later, it is Kopitar deflecting a point shot into the net to give the Kings the lead back. Anderson and Kuzmenko with the assist, so there's Kuzmenko's second assist of the game. Kings look for another. We get a power play for LA, and they score on it. At 5:30, Fiala with a one-timer on a cross-ice pass. The assist to Kempe and Kopitar. We then get a power play for the Ducks. That's killed off. Things get pushed in a hole by DAL. Shots are 10-7 for the Ducks with 8.5 minutes left. Power play for the Kings. That's killed off. The Kings press, and Laferriere scores. And it looked like it was a high stick from the angle behind where he hit it out of the air with his stick. So they challenged it immediately because you might as well, right? It doesn't work. Laferriere gets the goal from Anderson and Byfield at 16:34. So the goal counts, meaning that's a power play for the Kings. So the Ducks kill that off, but it is 4-1 for the Kings after 2. Third period, a full power play for the Kings to start, and in 1 minute and 8 seconds they score on it. Fiala, it's another one-timer. The assist to Kuzmenko and Kempe. So there's Kuzmenko again. Ducks press at 3 minutes. The shots are 6-1 for LA at 6 minutes. So the third period, I mostly watched Seattle-Vegas because this game was very much out of reach for the Anaheim Ducks. They have better offense than they used to, but not coming from behind in LA when you're that far down kind of offense. Kings press at 8 minutes, and then at 10:46, Jordan Spence fires one from the slot to get the goal. The assist to Dano and Moore. Things get punchy at the benches with 5:27 left. It was kind of a tense finish to the game, but only in terms of potentials for punching. 6-1 win for LA, so the No Mercy magnet's on the board. I haven't used that No Mercy magnet before. The Ducks dropped to 35-36-8 with the loss. The Kings 45-24-9. 99 points, which is like this magic number they seem to get to every year, so we'll see if they pass it. They should. 1 point, I think, is all they need to... Well, no, 1 point's what Vegas needs, I think, to clinch the division. And I think for LA to clinch that spot ahead of Edmonton, it's going to need more than that because I think they're 4 points ahead with 4 games left. I'm looking at jerseys. I don't even know... I'm looking at pennants and jerseys. I don't actually see the standings where I'm looking. It's when you get older, you just look in a random direction. 3 stars are Fiala, Kempe, and Kuzmenko. Shots on net, 8-4 Anaheim in the first, 15-11 LA in the second, 10-6 LA in the third. The Kings do outshoot the Ducks 29-25. Power plays, the Ducks 0-4, LA 3-6. Huge part of this game. The hits 30-15 for Anaheim. Dostal saves 23 out of 29. Kemper had a good game, 24 saves on 25 shots. And the Kings adding to that record amount of wins they've had at home this season and just continuing to plug along. So let me know your thoughts regarding tonight's games in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It's greatly appreciated. I will talk to you again soon.